King Charles and Princess Kate praised for being so forward and honest about their cancer journeys, a royal family that chose transparency over silence. London, February 2026. In an era when public figures often guard their health battles with layers of privacy and carefully scripted statements, King Charles III and the Princess of Wales, Catherine Middleton, have earned widespread admiration for choosing the opposite path: raw honesty, openness and unflinching candor. Both members of the British royal family were diagnosed with cancer in early 2024. A year that would test not only their personal resilience but also the institution they represent, their decision to share the news publicly, and to keep updating the world with measured yet genuine updates, has been hailed as groundbreaking. Health experts, cancer charities and everyday people alike have described the monarch and his daughter-in-law as so forward and honest. A phrase that now echoes across headlines, social media threads and television panels. The journey began in January 2024 when Buckingham Palace announced that King Charles had been diagnosed with an unspecified form of cancer, following a routine procedure for an enlarged prostate. The statement was brief but strikingly direct. The king would begin immediate treatment and had stepped back from public-facing duties while remaining fully engaged with matters of state from behind the scenes. Unlike previous royal health announcements that often used vague euphemisms or delayed disclosure for weeks, this one arrived swiftly and without embellishment. Just weeks later, on the 22nd of March 2024, Kensington Palace released a deeply personal video message from the Princess of Wales herself. Seated in a quiet garden setting, Kate spoke calmly yet emotionally about her own recent abdominal surgery, initially described as non-cancerous, in January, which had unexpectedly revealed cancer during post-operative tests. "I am well and getting stronger every day by focusing on the things that help me heal, in my mind, body and spirits," she said in the video. Her voice steady despite the visible weight of the moment. She thanked the public for their overwhelming support, acknowledged the difficulty of explaining the situation to her 3 young children, and asked for privacy and understanding while she and Prince William navigated treatment as a family. Both announcements shattered decades of royal tradition. For generations, the monarchy maintained an almost impenetrable wall around personal health matters, often revealing diagnoses only after treatment had concluded or, in some tragic cases, posthumously. King Charles and Kate broke that mold deliberately, choosing transparency as a tool to normalize cancer conversations, reduce stigma and encourage early detection among millions who follow their every move. Cancer Research UK reported an immediate and measurable Kate effect. Following her video, searches for cancer symptoms spiked dramatically. Phone lines to support services rang off the hook, and donations surged. Macmillan Cancer Support praised the pair for humanizing a disease that touches 1 in 2 people in the UK at some point in their lives. By being so forward and honest, they have given permission to thousands of others to talk openly about their own diagnoses, a spokesperson said. The king's cancer type was never publicly specified beyond being distinct from his prostate condition, a detail that preserved some privacy, while still allowing him to model the importance of follow-up tests. He continued light duties, attending virtual Privy Council meetings, signing state papers and receiving red boxes, even as he underwent outpatient treatment described only as regular and successful. By summer 2024, Charles began re-emerging in public, garden parties at Buckingham Palace, a state visit to Australia and New Zealand, Remembrance Sunday at the Cenotaph. Each appearance carried quiet symbolism, a monarch who refused to let illness define him or halt his constitutional responsibilities. Kate's path followed a similar arc of cautious return. After months of focused recovery at Adelaide Cottage in Windsor, she reappeared at the Trooping the Colour balcony in June 2024, waving alongside her family in a moment that drew tears from crowds and millions watching worldwide. Her public letter in September 2024 confirmed she had completed chemotherapy and was not out of the woods, but feeling relieved to move into a new phase. Crucially, both royals emphasized mental and emotional health alongside physical recovery. Kate spoke of the toll on her children, George, Charlotte and Louis, and the comfort she drew from simple family routines. The king, in rare personal remarks, acknowledged the shock of diagnosis, but highlighted the incredible support from medical teams and well-wishers. Their shared experience forged an even closer bond between father-in-law and daughter-in-law. Observers noted warmer, more frequent interactions at public events, a gentle hand on the shoulder, shared smiles during walkabouts, quiet conversations away from cameras. Royal commentators described it as a partnership of understanding, born from parallel battles against the same invisible enemy. Public reaction has been overwhelmingly positive. Social media platforms overflowed with messages of gratitude. "Thank you for showing cancer doesn't have to be hidden," read one viral post. "You've made millions feel less alone," said another. Cancer patients shared their own stories in comment threads, often tagging at Kensington Royal or at Royal Family with words of solidarity. Experts in health communication praised the strategy as textbook effective. By controlling the narrative themselves, rather than allowing leaks or speculation to dominate, the royals prevented misinformation and set the tone for respectful coverage. They also demonstrated that vulnerability is not weakness. King Charles, at 77, and Kate, at 43, represented different generations, facing the disease, yet their approach was unified: speak early, speak clearly, speak with hope. By late 2025 and into 2026, both had returned to fuller schedules. The king hosted incoming world leaders, opened new hospices, and continued his environmental advocacy with renewed urgency. Kate resumed patronages with Barnardo's, the Anna Freud Center, and the Royal Marsden, the very hospital where she received treatment, while launching new initiatives around early years mental health. Their cancer journeys, though ongoing in the sense that surveillance continues, are now framed as chapters of resilience rather than defining tragedies. Medical professionals stress that both cases benefited from swift intervention. The king's diagnosis followed routine screening many men delay, Kate's came after surgery that might otherwise have missed the malignancy. Their visibility has prompted renewed calls for better NHS funding for diagnostic services and faster access to scans and biopsies. Politicians across parties have echoed the praise, with Prime Minister Keir Starmer calling their openness a gift to the nation during Prime Minister's questions. Even international leaders weighed in. U.S. President Joe Biden sent private messages, while French President Emmanuel Macron publicly commended the courage of transparency during a bilateral meeting. For the younger royals, Prince William especially, the experience has sharpened focus on long-term health policy and support for carers. William has spoken privately of the strain on family life and the importance of balancing duty with emotional availability. In quiet ways, the ordeal has reshaped the modern monarchy. Less aloof, more relatable, more willing to show humanity. As 2026 unfolds, King Charles and Princess Kate continue to receive treatment, follow-ups and regular checkups, but their public demeanor radiates gratitude and determination. They walk taller at garden parties, linger longer during walkabouts, and smile with the quiet confidence of survivors who chose to lead rather than hide. The phrase, "so forward and honest," has become shorthand for a new royal standard, one that values authenticity over mystique. In doing so, they have not only aided their own healing, but have offered a powerful example to millions facing similar fears. Cancer remains a formidable adversary, unpredictable and relentless. Yet two of the most recognizable figures in the world have shown that facing it openly can lighten the burden for everyone else. Their story is far from over, but the chapter written so far is already being celebrated as one of the most consequential in recent royal history, a testament to courage, candor, and the healing power of shared